Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is our second chat for this class, PHE 540. I'm going to be going over modules 4, 5, and 6. Module 4, we explore disease transmission and assorted types of diseases through zoonotic and vector-borne routes. Zoonotic diseases can be passed from animals to humans, like the zoonotic influenza, salmonellosis, as well as the West Nile virus. And then you have vector-borne, which are caused by insects like mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas, such as Lyme disease, malaria, and dengue. For discussion board, you're going to do a strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats assessment. Obviously, you need to make a post, and then as well as 2 peer responses. You're going to review the literature for an example of recent environmental health crisis caused by zoonotic or vector-borne disease. Summarize 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses of an organization responding to the crisis, and 2 opportunities and 2 threats that occurred outside an organization that affected the response rate. You're also going to do a PESTLE analysis, so political factors, economic factors, social factors, technological factors, legal factors, and environmental factors on the environmental health crisis. So if you pick dengue fever, you look at the political aspects involved, economic aspects, social aspects, who's affected, what technologies may have been used to deal with it or could be used to deal with it, and what is the legality, ethics, as well as environmental concerns. Part 3, in about 50 words, other systems thinking tool, use another systems thinking tool of choosing to define, describe, or analyze the crisis situation. Attach your finalized systems thinking tool to your main post and provide a brief summary within your main post. Some suggestions are force field analysis, a fishbone diagram is pretty common, and then a concept map or causal loop diagram. There's also a journal that some of you have already submitted, and this is basically going to be a health trends journal. You're going to, with your chosen final project topic, so some people are talking about lead poisoning or mercury poisoning, etc. What public health theories do you feel were used or could be used to effectively predict the trends you identified? So you pick one of these theories: socio-cognitive, trans-theoretical, health belief. For example, theory of planned behavior. How could predicting environmental health trends help to inform development of proactive solutions for your chosen topic? So what could be taken, proactively to sort of deal with your environmental health topic? Moving on, module 5, the focus is on building foundational blocks regarding water quality and air quality. You will explore ways to monitor trends involving health hazards in order to prevent or minimize issues with air and water quality laws. So there's a Safe Drinking Water Act, there's a Clean Water Act. You can find this on the EPA website. So you're going to be doing a human health risk assessment, part 2 of your milestone. So this is going to be milestone 2. You already did that. Milestone 1, you identified the hazard, the who, what, when, where. And now you're going to be doing a human health analysis or human health risk assessment, as you say. Explain the general mechanisms of toxicity and eliciting a toxic response to various experimental exposures. Develop a testable module for health risk assessment. So let's look at a template so you guys could, it's pretty much a continuation of milestone 1. And then milestone 3, which is in module 7, is a continuation of milestone 2. And then the final project in module 9 is the end all be all. So here's milestone 2. You're looking at toxicokinetics. So absorption rate, volume of distribution, metabolism, elimination, excretion, toxicodynamics, effects on the human body. So this is, in this case, they pick mercury for their health risk assessments. And then you do a little map here. And then you have the dose response, exposure, part C. And then you have your references. So it's pretty cut and dry. Some of you have already started working on it, so that's good. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But The instructions are pretty clear. You guys already did part one of this, so this shouldn't be too complicated to complete the next phase of this. Module 6, we're focusing on negotiation and mediation tools and techniques used by public health officials when resolving conflicts. Objectives are applying negotiation techniques related to environmental health conflict resolution, propose a global health initiative pertinent to an environmental health issue. And then module 6 has a discussion. In this discussion, you'll hone your negotiation abilities by analyzing ways to resolve challenges in public health. You'll explore methods of principled negotiation and how it may be used by health organizations to achieve successful outcomes. For your main post, please address the following. Summary of community coalition, so it's 70 words. Identify and establish community coalition centered around an environmental health issue. And then part 2, you have possible new partnerships, explore the coalitions, community for another organizational stakeholder who could serve as a partner. Part 3, please address the following collaboration opportunity. So describe the public health issue which may initiate a new partnership with the coalition. Interests, considering this public health issue, what could the coalition's main interest be in forming a partnership? Negotiation options, what will be the ideal negotiation options? What will be the ideal negotiation options for both the partnering organization and for the coalition? And then you're going to look at BATNA, which is the best alternative agreements for the coalition. What is the BATNA for partnering organizations? Negotiation approaches. Imagine that you are tasked mediating a negotiation meeting between the coalition and partnership organization. How would you approach this negotiation meeting, and how would you resolve possible conflicts? So don't forget to post a peer response, 2 peer responses, and also make sure you also post your initial response before the due date. And this is just an example of what your discussion board should look like. 6.2 has a journal, more like 4. For this assignment, you'll form an action plan for health intervention that involves globalization. Refer to classroom recommended readings on how to form an action plan and the role of the role of globalization in public health practice. Visit CDC's topical list of global health issues. Browse the list and select a topic with a strong environmental component, one that involves physical, chemical, or biological that impacts people. So malaria, Lyme disease, skin cancer malaria, Lyme disease is strong, skin cancer is weak in terms of selections of topics. If you like to focus on parasites and use of pesticides, you can use both the CDC and the EPA website for that. So let's go ahead and talk about a sample. So here's a sample of Journal 6. This person picked Cyclosporus cayetanensis, which is a parasite. So you want to talk about what the public health issue is, the population that it impacts. This is kind of sort of similar to your milestone, but not exactly, where you're just kind of going down a list and filling in the blanks. Describe epidemiology and etiology. Talk about a prevention strategy, so FDA, CDC, kind of what I mentioned, and then an intervention action plan on how to, different steps on how to deal with the issue based on 2 objectives. And of course, a reference page at the end. So that concludes this chat. I'll leave the floor open for any questions that anybody has. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and post this in the classroom, so you guys can view it. And then if you have questions, feel free to send me an email.